Ready? Hello everyone, my name is Sherry and thank you again for coming. Tonight I'm going to give you some guidelines and tips on potentially landing that next important job interview. These tips are not hard to follow, and some of them you already may know. My first tip would be to dress for success. Your appearance is extremely important to any potential employer. Your body should be clean, hair should be washed, and maybe a smidgen of cologne or perfume, but don't overdo it. Now you may be wondering why I'm in this crappy attire, why telling you how to dress properly. Well, it's to get my point across. Would you hire me dressed in something like this? I may be the first person that your people see when they come in your office, and what kind of impression would I leave? When I was going to my interviews, even though I knew I was going to wear scrubs for my job, I didn't go to my interview wearing scrubs. So, now if you'll give me a minute, I'd like to go and change.
Great.
Okay, thank you everybody for your patience. You see I have changed my clothes, and I find this outfit kind of fit for an interview. Not everybody has to wear a dress. You men might want to wear like a nice pair of slacks and a button-down shirt, if you choose to. This is the point I was trying to get across to everybody. Even if you're applying for a ditch digging job, you ought to look nice for your interview. My second bit of advice would be you need to have a good resume. Most computers nowadays have templates, and they make a pretty nice looking resume, professional looking. You should keep your resume to a minimum of 2 pages, and it's best. Oh, I have a copy of mine that I'm going to pass around, so you kind of get a look at what they look like, or what a resume. I don't know. I think I'll get one of you, Kristen. That one over here. Now, if you've never worked before, you still ought to have some kind of a resume. And on that resume, the information you put must be truthful and all that. Some of the information you put, of course, is your name, your address, and any former employees that you had. Having some references, at least 3, and you can't do your parents. You have to use your teacher or friends or something like that, somebody who will attest how awesome you are and that you're a good person, a good worker, always on time, and that you'd be a good employee for them. In addition, some letters of recommendation are always a plus. You get them from your favorite teacher or your former employers. My third bit of knowledge would be to do your homework. Make sure you know something about the company you'll be interviewing for. Your prospective employer might ask you if you know something about the company. So you can't be like, geez, I don't know, I just want a job. It's important to wow that future employer. On the other hand, you should also have questions ready for the interviewer. Something that like health plans, or if they have 401ks available. And if they ask you about your any job experience, if you don't have any, just tell them, well, I thought this was going to be my first, maybe my last interview. Be adorable, not be fake, and that wonderful personality that you have and make them want to hire you. So now in conclusion, just remember to keep clean and tidy, have a nice resume, make sure you know information on the company you're applying for, and with these tips, possibly you could bring your next dream job. Thank you all for coming. Bye.